Yo, what is up, guys? Savage Boy 23 back with another video. Today, I'm going to give you guys my NBA recap and my NBA day-to-day predictions. If you guys can, please like, subscribe, comment down below. Please watch more of my videos. Please and thank you. Alright? Please, guys, turn on those notifications and comment down below what team do you think will move on and win the NBA Cup. And tell me what team do you think will bring the NBA Championship home. Alright? Now, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the games from yesterday, and we're going to move on for today. Alright, so as you guys can see, you got Ice Trae Hawks versus Jalen Brunson, the Knicks. Now, I want to say this loud and clear, and everybody can tell me in the comments on how this is or not. Jalen Brunson or Ice Trae is not an enemy for the New York Knicks. There's no way that this man is trying to, say, oh, people in New York don't like me. It's kind of a love-hate relationship. That's what all he said. Now, I want to say this loud and clear. Ice Trae, you are not an enemy for the New York Knicks. You are not like Dillon Brooks, okay? You're nowhere near Dillon Brooks. I feel like you're kind of that soft player in the NBA. I'm going to be honest with you. Now, I want to say this loud and clear. Nice dunk, Hunter. Ice Trae threw to Hunter. Hunter dunked it. And then after that, Ice Trae was skipping to the other side of the court. And while he was skipping, he, at the very end, to make the quarter end, he threw like a little dice onto the floor and said, "I won," and make the New York Knicks like laugh at him or boo at him or whatever the case may be. Now, Jalen Brunson, or not Jalen Brunson, Ice Trae. I'm going to say this loud and clear, bro. Just because you beat the New York Knicks does not mean that you are an enemy to the New York Knicks. This is always going to be a great rivalry in the Eastern Conference. You got Ice Trae versus Jalen Brunson, Knicks versus Hawks. This was a competitive game. I'm not going to lie. And then, as I mentioned earlier, Ice Trae said in the media after, like during the media when the game was over, he said it's kind of a love-hate relationship. Yeah, you think that in your own way. I'm not going to sit here and say you're wrong. I'm not going to sit here and say you're right. In reality, I don't think New York Knicks fans hate you as much as you think they do. It's funny to me because I don't think you're that type of guy. I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah. Just imagine if you were a New York Knicks player. Just imagine. You never know. Anything could happen. But yeah, let's talk about this game. Now, the Knicks were doing good in the first, second, and then in the third, they let all their momentum shut down. They were playing amazing. And then somewhere around in that third quarter, they let the gas off the metal. They stopped. They just did not look like they were in sync. They did not look like they were having fun energy out there. Now, I don't care what anybody can say. To me, it felt like they were throwing a lot of turnovers. They were throwing it out of bounds. They were missing a bunch of shots. A lot of traveling, in my opinion, here and there. Okay, understandable. But what makes you think of you coming out of that locker room, you're going to go out here and do terrible? Yeah, I know, and this is to a lot of people in the NBA. This is to a lot of teams in the NBA. It's not just the New York Knicks, Hawks, Warriors, Rockets. It's not just them. Everybody in the NBA, when you come out of the locker room, you need to come out here with better energy than the first half. Because you just got there and it's your first quarter, then you come out and you're almost done. You just got one more quarter to go. But you go out here in the third and you let your momentum beat you at your own game. That's crazy. You go out here and lose by 8. As you guys can see, 100 to 108. Now I want to say this loud and clear. Am I mad? No, because in reality, this game was good. This game was fun. This game was competitive. I just felt like in that third quarter, everything let down. And the funny part was the New York Knicks were trying to come back in that fourth. And they almost did. They lost by 8, as you guys can see. But the main player in this game was Ice Trae. Ice Trae came out here and made a statement in this game. He showed everybody and showed out and said, I'm about to shut up all these New York Knicks fans right now. And that's what he did. He rolled the dice and he did not miss one bit. He basically got 6 for 6. That's what he did. 8 for 8, whatever you want to say. He basically played his heart out in this game. He played amazing. Now I want to say this loud and clear. New York Knicks, you guys are eliminated from the NBA Cup until next season, next year, whatever the case may be. I'm not going to lie. You guys advance all the way up to here, to this point, and you guys go out here and lose. Karl-Anthony Towns was playing amazing. I mean, he still is, don't get me wrong. Karl-Anthony Towns is playing amazing as a New York Knicks. I did not expect him to go out here and pull out a Michael Jordan. I did not expect that. He is playing out here like an MVP. He is playing out here like he can actually, pull his team to a finals. That's what he's trying to do. Now, I want to say this loud and clear. Shout out to Karl-Anthony Towns for blocking that shot. Now, I want to say this. Karl-Anthony Towns, if you keep on playing like this, hey, maybe you will be, you'll be up there pulling a team to a finals. And again, I've said this before. Who does not want to play in Madison Square Garden? Everybody wants to play in Madison Square Garden if you're in the NBA. That's your dream because that's where the big stage is. So shout out to Karl-Anthony Towns for doing everything he can. Jalen Brunson, as he always does, but he kind of let me down last night. I did not expect the Hawks to go out here and win this game. I did not expect that. Knicks fans, I'm just curious about this. Did you guys expect you guys to go out here and win this game? Because every time the Hawks see the Knicks, it's like Ice Trae gets his revenge every single time. And to me, I feel like Ice Trae, if you go out here and disappoint, you are the person that got let down. But you went out here and you proved your statement in this game. And again, bro, it's not a love-hate relationship. You're just against the New York Knicks. You're not a New York Knicks player. You are a Hawks player. Okay? Imagine I see you in that blue and orange. Oh my gosh. I hope I never see you in a New York Knicks uniform. Ever. By any time. I hope I never see you. Because if I see you as a New York Knicks player, you're gonna get a lot of boos thrown at you right when you walk out of that tunnel. Or maybe there are people who say, "Oh, I love Ice Trae on the New York Knicks," but it's not gonna happen. Let's all cross our fingers that he does not go to the New York Knicks anytime soon. Because now he put his name out there in New York, and now people think that he does. I mean, to be honest, he thinks that New York Knicks people hate him because of what he's been doing recently. To be honest, I don't think he's even close like that. So yeah. Again, I'm not gonna sit here and say he is. He's not. All I'm saying is, he's putting a statement out there, and to be honest, people need to start listening to him. So great game, Ice Trae. Great game, Hawks. You guys played amazing in this one. You guys played fun. You guys look like a team out there after the halftime into the third quarter. You guys look like you guys are going to go out here and win the game. But in that fourth, it kind of looked like the Knicks were coming back. I'm not going to lie. So, yeah. But anyways, let's move on to the games today. Or let's talk about this game from yesterday. My bad. Now, Ice Trae. Or not Ice Trae. Steph Chef. Fred VanVleet, amazing game last night. This game here was like, how do you explain it? Like fireworks. That's how it was. This game here was very competitive. Now, did anybody see Steve Kerr's face in that fourth quarter around the 3.5 area? He was shocked because there was a foul and the Rockets won by 1. Now the Rockets lost, or the Rockets won, my bad, the Rockets won. and they snapped their 15-game losing streak against the Warriors. The last time the Rockets got the win was, I think, 2013 with James Harden on the Rockets, if I'm correct. I could be wrong about that one. Between 2013 to 2020 is what I heard. So, yeah. But, yeah. Now, I want to say this loud and clear. Steve Kerr, are you going to sit here and say that was not a foul? Because that was clearly a foul. Pachensky, I hope you're okay because you jammed your finger into the basketball. Are you okay? Go put a heating pack on that, ice pack, whatever you want to put on that finger. Because it does not feel good when you jam your finger into a basketball. I know how that feels. I've done that plenty of times. But this game was competitive. Now I want to say this loud and clear. I have friends that are Warrior fans, as expected, okay? They were telling me that the game is over. You guys are knocked out of the NBA Cup. And I'm a huge Rockets fan. I do like watching Jalen Green, Fred VanVleet, Dylan Brooks, Sengun. All of the Rockets players played amazing. But he told me, oh, good luck, you're not coming back from this kind of lead. And what would you see? What do you see so far? 91-90. I don't care if the game was in a good way or a bad way. In reality, the Rockets got the W. Now, who's the main player in this game? I mean, hey, there's a lot of players. There's Sengun, Jalen Green, Fred VanVleet, Dylan Brooks. Who do you want to put your finger on and say who's the main person in this game to win the game? To me, to be honest, I feel like this was a team effort because this game out here showed that the Rockets showed the Warriors this 15-game losing streak's got to snap sooner than later. It can't move on. It's got to keep on. It's got to break. It's got to break the shatter sooner than later, and that's what they did. I would love for the Rockets to go out here and keep getting more wins, but it's very competitive for these two teams. The Rockets have been losing 15 times in a row, and I'm not counting this season. I'm counting all the other seasons. So it's just very, very disappointing how the Rockets go out here and lose. And to be honest with everybody, this showed the NBA that the Rockets are actually a team. They actually can go out here and win games. So shout out to them. Hey, but Steve Kerr, I need you to make a video of this or talk about it in the media. Maybe you did. I don't know. I didn't focus on it. Do you think that was a foul, by the way? Do you think that was a foul? How Dylan Brooks was trying to scrab at the ball, and then everybody was like 4 players were on the floor. Dylan Brooks was like holding the basketball and in the 3 throws. Now, I want to say this loud and clear. When I saw the Rockets go to the 3-throw line, I was like, yep, it's game over. Because there's no way the Rockets can make a shot in 3.5 seconds. No way. The only way is if you have Steph Chef shoot a half court. And you know Steph Chef, if you don't lock that man down, that man would actually make it. So, yeah. But I'm rolling with the Rockets regardless if they win or lose for a long time. I am a Houston Rockets fan, Warrior fan. Basically, I don't have one team in the NBA. I have all around teams. So I just want to point that out to everybody. Did anybody watch Sengun's press conference video? Or not video, media? He said, we're out here to win. He said something about I want to go out here and win games. I don't want to go out here and lose. And if I'm out here to play, I want to go and win these games. I'm going to go out here and play my heart out, and I'm going to go out here and play my hardest. Because when I play good, the team plays good. Something like that, if I'm correct. Now, Sengun, we all know that you're a big man and you play amazing. And you're a young star. Now, you're putting a name out there for the Rockets and for you. And a lot of people don't think the Rockets are going to go far this season after the NBA Cup. I'm going to be honest with you. They're number 2 in the Western Conference. I'm going to say that loud and clear. So if you don't think they're making names for them, then look again. They're number 2 in the Western Conference. Where are the Warriors, if I'm correct? Number 4, number 5 in the Western Conference? Yeah. Number 1 is the Thunder. We're about to see what's going to happen on Saturday against those two teams. We got the number 1 seed in the Western Conference against the number 2 seed in the Western Conference, going at it on Saturday. Alright, so again, guys, I will be making an update video on this on Saturday, early in the day, or early in the morning. You got the Milwaukee Bucks, Dame Adala against Ice Train the Hawks. Then after that, following after that, you got Dylan Brooks, Jalen Green against Shane the Thunder. That's going to be a great game. Shout out to Şengün, by the way, for those dunks. Or Jalen Green, my bad, Jalen Green. Shout out for those dunks. Shout out to Thompson for that clutch 3-pointer. Shout out to Kuminga for that clutch 3-pointer. Shout out to the whole Warriors out there, and shout out to the Rockets out there, because they played amazing in this one. And you can't forget this game. This game will be in the books from every single season from now to however these two have a rivalry. It's nothing better than watching the Warriors Rockets go at it, because you know how these two always have a history against each other. The Rockets have been losing 15 games in a row. They finally snapped that 15-game losing streak, and they finally got their first win. And the Warriors wanted to get this win so they can move on to play the Thunder on Saturday, but that is not going to happen. Steph, Chef, and the Warriors, you guys got to go sooner than later. So that's all I got to say. But anyways, let's move on to the games today. There is a lot of news to get into. We don't have that many good games today. So, yeah. You got RJ Barrett against Hemi Buckets in the Miami Heat. Now, before we do move on to the NBA games, I do got some NBA news to say. So, I mentioned Hemi Buckets changing his hairstyle. Now, people might think I'm crazy of saying this, but I'm just going to say it either way. You think Hemi Buckets is trying to tell us a sign of what team he wants to go to with his hair? Because a few days ago, he had his hair blue. Then he had his hair red. Then he had his hair kind of gold with yellow. Then he had his hair... Or no, that's it. He just had those colors. Now, what if the next color he puts on is green? And we all know what team he's going to go to, or what team he wants to go to if he has his hair green. People might think I'm crazy of saying that. But no, I do research. A lot of people actually think that this is a joke. People actually have shown signs of what teams they want to go to with their hair color. Okay? Now, if he has his hair green, that means he wants to go to Boston or the Bucks. Okay? Those are the two teams that are green in the Eastern Conference. Okay? Now, people might ask, what do you mean by the other colors now? There's a red. Yes, Miami Heat's red. Toronto Raptors is red. Okay. Detroit Pistons red. Rockets is red. Well, you got that one right. He wants to go to Houston. Blue, he wants to go to Orlando. That's the color he wants to go to. Okay? So every color you see him have every single day, that's the team he wants to go to. And to be honest, we don't know if this is all accurate of him saying he wants to leave, because Shams is coming out here and getting his finger pointed at his agent. And apparently his agent is saying stop saying this on him, because in reality he's not going out here doing this and that. Well, in reality, if Shams is right or wrong, well, in reality, I don't know if he's right or wrong, but in my gut, I feel like he's wrong. Then we might see Hemi Buckets re-sign with the Miami Heat, and he might have that huge contract next season, which, to be honest, that's not looking good for other teams in the NBA, because Hemi Buckets wants to be on the move to another team, in my opinion, but in reality, I think he wants to be a Heat. So yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen. And speaking of Shams, let me say this loud and clear to you, bro. I'm not going to sit here and say nothing about you negative, but I just want to say this loud and clear. Are you accurate about these trade deadlines and trade signings on teams? Because no one's better than Woj. Nobody's better than Woj. Woj is number one. And I'm disappointed that he decided to retire this season. Before the season even started, if I'm correct, or like literally 1 or 2 games ago, he retired. Somewhere around there. Disappointing. Hey, but Shams, I want to say this loud and clear, and I'm not trying to say nothing bad. I'm not trying to say nothing negative. But if you don't know how to do your job, I have a few people in line to do your job for you, and I'm one of them. Because I know how to come out with these accurate newses. And if you think that Hemi Buckets is not actually getting traded, don't say it. Don't say it. Now, there's a lot of speculations of the Crybaby going to the Warriors. That's not going to happen. I know for 100 facts that's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. There's no way. The only way that's going to happen is if the Lakers actually truly want to get rid of him. And the Lakers don't want to get rid of him. The Lakers want to keep him until his contract is done. I mean, to be honest, we all know, we don't know what the Lakers want to do, if they want to keep him, get rid of him. But in reality, I don't think he wants to leave LA. And I'll talk about this more often. But speaking of the Crybaby, did anybody, when he came to LA, he said he wants to live out here until he decides to retire, until his son comes into the NBA, right? People are going to say now his son's in the NBA, now he's going to move on. I think he's waiting for his next son to come into the NBA, if I'm correct. So, in reality, he is lying to everybody, and he's lying to his fans. He said he wants to be in LA until his sons come into the NBA, and until he plays a game with them, regardless if it's in LA or into another team. But he did say he wants to retire in LA because he says LA is a nice city to retire in. Which, to be honest, no, it's not. No, it's not. There's no great city to retire at, by far. Just retire. At the end of the day, it's not like you're going to have a placard in that city. You're just going to have a statue. And to be honest, I don't think you deserve a statue at all. But yeah, other than that, that's just news that I know about, and that's the news I've been hearing. But yeah, other than that, let's just get on to these games. There is some MVP lateral votes, but I'll be talking about that probably tomorrow. And again, I will be making an update video on the NBA Cup on Saturday morning. So, yeah. Stay tuned, hit that like, comment down below, and turn on those notifications, please and thank you. And then until then, guys, let's just jump into it for these games today. As you guys can see, we don't have a lot of games. We have RJ Barrett, Toronto Raptors against Hemi Buckets and the Miami Heat. I'll be taking Hemi Buckets and the Miami Heat to win this game, no question about it. Don't even hesitate. Give me Hemi Buckets and the Miami Heat. All right, let's move on. You got Tobias Harris against Jason Tatum, another one, no hesitating about it. Give me Jason Tatum and the Celtics. I don't think Tobias Harris and the Detroit Pistons will somehow in some way beat this game, but they had a long rest, so we'll see. I'll be tuning into all these games, hopefully. So, yeah. And we also have Thursday Night Football, 49ers-Rams. I'm very excited for that game, too. So, yeah. All right, last game of the night. I told you we don't have that many, so, yeah. You got De'Aaron Fox against Brandon Ingram and the Pelicans. I'll be taking De'Aaron Fox and the Pelicans. I'll be taking De'Aaron Fox and the Kings in this one. I know the Pelicans have been struggling here and there, and the Kings have been struggling, but I have better faith in the Kings. Speaking of the Kings, or the Pelicans, this has been a while, but I wanted to mention it, and it took a while for me to talk about it. But Brandon Ingram, he passed up an opportunity to stay with the Pelicans for loads of money, a bag of it. And if I'm correct, he is not signing that contract, and he just fumbled the bag. Do you guys think that Brandon Ingram messed up, or do you guys think he will be, or do you think he did not mess up? Do you think he's going to get a better offer from another team? That's what I heard, and that's what I read. So yeah, that's all I know. But yeah, I'll be taking De'Aaron Fox and the Kings to win this one. You guys tell me in the comments, do you guys think that Brandon Ingram fumbled the bag? Tell me that in the comments. Now, I don't know how much money it was, but they did say he was going to get like a fat load of money, and he decided to pass up on the Pelicans. The Pelicans were going to give him that kind of money, but unfortunately, he did not. He denied it. So, yeah. And then there's like one more news I want to talk about. Now, I hope this is not true, This is probably just names of them. Or I'll probably just talk about it in the next video. But yeah. But anyways, guys, like, subscribe, comment down below, and please watch more of my videos. Please, again, turn on those notifications, comment down below what your guys' favorite team is, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, like, subscribe, comment down below, and comment down below. Until then, guys, peace.